What are you breaking my balls for? All right, it's about that time for another episode of Breaking Ballz with Johnny P. I'm your host, and again, joining me, my co-host, Lou Martini Jr. What's up, pal?
Always good to be with the Dean of Decadence, Johnny Potenza.
What is a dean of decadence?
Well, put the two together. You know what decadence is, right?
Yeah.
You were the dean of it.
That's it, okay.
You were the dean of it.
Lou comes with a new name for me every week.
We try.
Which is good.
My vocabulary is limited, but I try. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm telling you, this weekend was good until I had to watch the Saturday Night Live, right? Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live,
50th anniversary?
Right. It was a big deal. Everybody was there. Everybody watched it. They started with the Friday night concerts. They had all the live concerts. Then they had the actual show Saturday night. But the first thing I want to ask these people, first of all, is 90% of them are moving after the election.
Yeah.
But they were all there in the audience. They were all there Saturday night getting a check, Sunday night, whatever they did it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm moving.
It's the same shit. They're all hypocrites. And some of the skits were okay. It was pretty much hit or miss in my book. But it was must-watch TV because, I mean, we grew up with Saturday Night Live. It's a part of everybody's life.
I like the old. I mean, listen, we all love the original. But what I notice is Saturday Night Live goes with the times and the generation. You know what I mean?
And some of the old timers, I think they got the brush last night for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, our friend Joe Piscopo.
I was going to say Joe did, right?
Joe, they sat Joe in the back for some reason. Joe wasn't in any skits. He didn't get to talk. They did that with some of the old timers for some. But you know what? Hollywood is just like politics.
Yeah.
They got their favorites. You know, they made sure. You know, Tina Fey, Annie Poehler had a nice segment, question and answer.
Yeah.
They made sure that people, I guess, that they liked shined, you know, and some of the old timers were left. It was good to see Garrett Morris, one of the originals. Chevy Chase made a brief 5-second appearance.
I fast forward to it here and there, so I might have missed some stuff. What about Eddie Murphy? Was he there?
Eddie Murphy was in a skit, a brilliant skit. They did a remake of that Scared Straight when the kids are in prison and they're trying to scare him. That was very funny. But, you know, Chevy Chase doesn't like people. People don't like him.
Yeah.
So he came on at the end, the very end, when he did the curtain call. He ran up on stage and waved and ran off, you know. I thought that was interesting.
Well, listen, speaking of old timers, we got one of our good friends with us tonight.
The original OG.
Original OG, straight from Brooklyn. He's an author and he's an editor of the Mob Candy magazine. He has at least a dozen books underneath his belt. He's here to promote his new book, Red Hook, Brooklyn Mafia, Ground Zero. We have Frank Dimatteo with us tonight.
One of the greats.
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for coming.
So much. It's my pleasure.
Anytime I pick up the phone, Frankie's always there, and vice versa.
I love seeing you, man. We don't get to see you much, but
I know we used to see each other more.
Yes, yeah.
Well, Frank used to have a lot of parties too. What, you don't throw the parties like you used to.
Have all the parties.
No,
I've been to a lot of Mob Candy parties.
We're starting again.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let me show.
Busy writing.
Let me show one. This is the most recent Mob Candy. It's they're limited magazines every year, right?
Yeah, we
limited,
do one a year now.
You know, and his new book, Red Hook, Brooklyn Mafia, Ground Zero. This looks like a real excellent book. So talk to me, Frankie. Motivation. What do you got here?
Work. We got work. We all got to still work. Yeah. You know, I love Mob Candy. I've been doing Mob Candy 15 years. It's, you know, I just enjoy doing it. It's still enjoyable doing. Yeah. So
where's my camera? And I had the pleasure of being a subject. There's who's on the cover of that one? Gianni. Why was I thinking I was on an Armand DeSanti? Was my issue.
He looks like a Colgate commercial on that.
Yeah. Mine was a good issue. But I still like
Here's my story about me being in The Godfather, Sopranos and stuff.
That's it, Lou.
Thank you to Frank and thank you to Nick Christophers for doing that spread on me back in the day.
Listen, since we're going to show off, let me show you this handsome devil up here.
Look, he paid for a 2-page ad. You believe it, the cheap bastard?
Listen, wise guys don't pay for shit like this.
You got that on the arm, Frank?
Yeah,
you got that? Wow.
Frankie always gets it. Why do you think I got sleeves on?
Wow. Nice job, Johnny
Frankie's
P.
my man. Listen, that's what it's all about. More people should realize that you help each other, you barter with each other. If you don't have money, then you just make things work, right?
Yeah, in this business, we got to be friends and you got to help each other.
Frankie, why Red Hook? And give us a little history on the neighborhood Red Hook. Why Red Hook?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I originally come from Red Hook.
Okay.
You know, so I was born in Red Hook and
explain to people that don't know, where is Red Hook exactly? Where's it at?
Red Hook is we call it South Brooklyn. It's I don't know, Court Street, Hamilton Avenue.
Where, near the Brooklyn Bridge?
No,
no.
Where the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is.
Okay.
So when you come out of the tunnel, area, which is pretty still
to the right
industrial,
side,
a lot of it.
It still is.
Yeah, that's
Red
Hook. Okay.
Out of the tunnel, you go to the right side. Coming out of the tunnel, it's Red Hook. Red Hook is split in half now by I think BQE.
Okay.
But that whole area down there from Atlantic Avenue all the way down to the Hook was all Red Hook. So we came from Red Hook.
Now, is that where the, John, there was a Motion Lounge, I want to say? Was that Red Hook one of the bars?
I remember that, but I always get
Motion
those.
Lounge?
I always get those confused.
The
you
one,
know?
the one that Joe Pastone would hang out in Sunny
Donnie
Black
Blasco?
or Sunny Red, yeah, from Donnie
No,
Blasco.
that's Williamsburg. He was
Okay,
on,
the Motion Lounge.
yeah,
So I always
yeah.
I could get confused with
Yeah,
my
he was
mafia
on, that
bars.
was on Graham Avenue, off of Metropolitan Avenue.
All right.
And I used to go there, so that's why I know.
Now, what guys hung out in Red Hook? What families?
Gallo family. That was
Okay.
the Joe Pafacci family.
Okay.
That's where we came from.
Crazy Joe's family.
Crazy Joe's family, yeah. Because, I was with Crazy Joe.
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
minute, So, so
Wait, we can't just skate over that. Hold on a second for the people that are watching. What do you mean I was with? You gotta elaborate a little
No
bit.
this is
family
the
knew
story.
Crazy
Okay.
Joe. Tell him.
Well,
Let's hear
this
some of
is
these
how it
crazy-
starts.
What, you go bowling together on
Yeah,
Saturday night?
yeah.
So
This is how it starts. My father was originally with a Genovese family when he was young. He came up through Tony Bender as a bouncer.
now, when you say with, we mean with as in a
As
connected guy?
connected
or-
guy
Okay.
with Tony Bender. And what happened was he started as a bouncer for Tony Bender. And the Gallo brothers were having a beef with Joe Pafacci, and they were going to Tony Bender to get some help with the captains to see if they get some support to get them extra money to break away, whatever they're trying to do. So my father was bouncing there that night, and Joey Gallo and Larry Gallo was at the Wagon Wheel. It was a wagon wheel in Manhattan. And my father got into an argument with a black guy. The black guy was talking to a white girl. Those days, it was like maybe 1960, 59, 60, 60.
I was gonna say early 60s.
Early, just about turning 60s. And what happened was, Tony Bender went to my father, tell that guy to not talk to that girl. So my father went over to the guy, and the guy got a little nasty, or maybe a little nasty, and my father wound up knocking him out in 2 punches. The guy wound up being Emil Griffith, the middleweight champion of
Oh,
the world.
geez.
No way.
Yeah, true story.
And he knocked him out.
Knocked out 2 punches, knocked him out. Boom, boom. So what happens, Joey and Larry was there, and Joey and Larry needed some muscle for Brooklyn, so they asked Tony Bender, can we bring Ricky to Brooklyn? So my father wound up making good friends with Joey Larry Gallo, and wound up being Larry's bodyguard for the rest of Larry's life. He died in about 68. And then my father became Albert Gallo's bodyguard until late 70s. Me as a kid coming up, these are my uncles, so that's
Right,
all I
right,
knew.
right,
Larry,
right.
Albert, Joey. And Joey went away when I was a kid. And Joey had a habit when I was really small, is that we used to come to see me when I was there, not come see me when coming to see my father. He used to pinch my cheeks until I cried. So
Crazy Joe.
he used to pinch my cheeks until I teared up. So you had to learn not to tear up after a while, because all 3 brothers had the same habit of pinching your cheeks. So this is what you get used to,
Yeah, from watching the movie and reading books and stuff like that, there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that what is his real last name, Ed, that the movie's about De Niro's character. Ed, what's his character?
Sheeran, Frank Sheeran.
Frank
Frank
Sheeran.
Yeah,
Frank Sheeran.
they like he was nowhere near the place
Everybody
where Joey
knows.
Gallo got
Well,
shot.
I was with the guy that got shot in the ass, so I can tell you he didn't shoot him.
Crazy that whole story.
So do you have an idea of who shot Joey
We know
Gallo
exactly
that
who
night?
shot him, because the guy who shot him, when Joey went to that party that night for his birthday, and he went to dinner and got shot in Umberto's, there was 2 bodyguards with him. It was my godfather, which is Bobby Bongiovanni, Bobby Darrow, and Pete DeGreek Annapolis. My godfather went home. Pete DeGreek supposed to take Joey home that night. Joey wanted to stop to eat. He went to a Chinese restaurant. It was closed, so he wanted to pass in Umberto's. Pete DeGreek saw Matty's horse outside. And Matty says, "Come on in. It's a new place." So they go in there. I think it was Joe Fish, Luparelli, was standing outside. It's a neighborhood knockaround guy. And there was an open hit on Joey for a year.
What do you mean open hit?
There was a contract to kill Joe Gallo.
Okay.
Did he know it?
Yeah, you know it. He said they didn't have balls to kill him, and that's why he wasn't afraid, and he went
Right,
out anyway.
right.
So what happened was Luparelli saw Joey pull up, ran down to a club, made a phone call. They called up Joey Iacovelli. Joey Iacovelli was the acting boss of the Colombo family at the time. And Iacovelli told him, go kill him. But Joe Fish didn't tell Joey Iac that he's there with his wife, a little girl,
Yeah.
another girl, 3 women. So but he didn't tell him that.
Oh, so that part was true about actually like it was a family.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there was a
stopped at
birthday
dinner.
party.
It
or
was
something.
Joey's new wife, the 10-year-old daughter, his sister, Peter Greek, and his girlfriend. So what happens? They come back and they shoot them. They kill them. So Joey winds up dying outside. Peter Greek gets hit in the ass and gets shot. He gets pissed. He gets pinched. And after he gets out on bail, he comes down to President Street. Now, Albert Gallo asks him, what happened, right? We're there. I'm there. Got another kid, Gumbadale, is there. My father's there. Most of the guys were there. And he said, leaned over to Albert and said, Sonny Pinto shot me, shot Joey. So we know who shot him. He said, shot me and shot Joey.
And he got a pass?
Sonny Pinto?
Yeah.
Sonny Pinto disappeared. If you read the whole story, there was 4 guys came in shooting, and this Joey Fish, Luparelli, they all ran away that night. They went to hide out, right? Luparelli got scared. They thought they were going to kill him. He winds up jumping on a plane, goes to L.A. He turns himself to the feds, turns himself in, and tells the whole story. So they know a week after that killing, on paper, with the feds and the law, who killed everybody. They knew everything.
Because there was never any arrest made or anything, right?
No,
Back
because
in
they
the day.
couldn't find.
And didn't go public, nothing. It was just...
Because they couldn't find anybody. Everybody disappeared. Luparelli went into the program and told the whole story, how it happened.
So how do you
See,
guys...
that's what gets me, John, is, and Johnny watches a lot of these guys from back in the day. They're on YouTube now, and they're telling all these stories.
Yeah, all
And
the
one guy
rats.
saying he's full of shit, but they're all, you're full of shit. No, he's full of shit. You're full of shit. Here's a guy that was there.
Yeah.
Well, only reason
You
why
know?
I
And
know.
Scorsese didn't go to him. He went to some pinochle guy
Yeah, but
that
what-
said he was
Yeah.
there and he wasn't even there.
But why would they make up a fabricated story like that?
Because the guy's
Why?
an egomaniac,
Because-
supposedly, right?
because-
Frank, whatever his name is. The
Because
guy that wrote the book,
He was on
Painted
his debt.
Houses.
He didn't even write the book. He was on a deathbed. He told a story to his daughter. His daughter got a good lawyer,
Yeah.
and they put a book together. It was interesting. And Scorsese liked
Interesting,
it.
but a lot of
It
bullshit,
was all
but
bullshit.
interesting.
Most of it was bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of things were, real in
Yeah.
it, a couple of arguments, but even not killing half all that shit, it was all garbage.
Yeah.
But so reason why I only know this is because I was there when the guy who got shot turned around and says he shot me.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Sonny
You're
Pinto
talking to a
shot
guy
me.
that was there, John. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I was just there by accident because we were young at the time. We were probably serving coffee or bringing drinks over. That's why we were privy to it.
You got a lot of funny stories and ball-breaking stories from a lot of these things and parts of the books where I read through the years. Why don't you share some with everybody? I know some of the midget ones were funny that you had, and the lions and all that stuff.
Well, I
Hopefully the midget and the lion is in the same story.
Yeah, well.
You got a story with a midget and a lion in it?
well, I got to admit, Armando, when I was a kid, I met Mondo when I was a very little boy. My father used to go down President Street.
And he was the midget.
He was a midget. He was very close with Joey
The
Gallo.
ground.
Yeah, very close to the ground, Joe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
I
something.
love myself sometimes.
Yeah, let me tell you
That was
something.
so easy.
He was a tough midget, too. And he was a nasty fuck.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
like
man, he
bulldogs.
drinks. Tough guy.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he'll hit you and everything, but he was tough. He was Frankie Punciliano's cousin. Punchy's father and this guy's father, brothers. So they're very close, So he had a wise guy cousin. So always down President Street, they used to run the longshoreman restaurant for all the longshoremen. His father did, his mother did, his mother was a father was a longshoreman. So when I was a little boy going down President Street, you'll meet Armando. You know what I mean? So I never forget the first time I saw him, I was bigger than him, and it was, you're young, you see a man that's bigger than you, but you don't see too many midgets or dwarfs around at the time. I didn't. So, but very friendly, but when he should drink, nasty fuck. And only go out with blondes, and they had to be tall. Never went with midgets, didn't like midgets or dwarfs. So, but big blondes used to love him. They used to come down, because they liked that wise guy shit, then he was a part of the crew. And
Well, midgets are supposedly well endowed, too.
Well,
supposedly.
Get out of here.
Yes,
That's right.
yes,
They
that's
said
part of the
that.
thing. Is
Oh, yeah,
they have
they
a
said
small
that.
body, but they have a regular-sized male organ.
That's amazing. They can blow themselves then.
they used to make fun of him. They used to make fun of him. You're gonna kill these girls with that thing.
Oh, my God.
I mean, but so when we used to be around Armando a lot because we had a club across the street. It was all clubs on that block. All the guys that were members or the parents had clubs on that block on Pleasant Street. So I stood across the street in Roy Musicos Club, cafe, whatever you will call it at the time, and see Armando all the time. So one day they had a party across the street in Armando's club, and went all night, drinking heavy all night, and we stood at the club because we couldn't drive. We were all too drunk to drive. So we got up in the morning, and we go outside, and we see Armando laying in the window. They used to have glass windows, storefront going in, glass windows. Well, he's laying in the window with a flower in his hand, all dressed in a suit.
Get out of here.
People walking by crying.
They thought it was awake.
They thought it was awake. They thought he died, and they had him in the window. He was drunk, passed out in the window.
Oh, wow.
It was hysterical.
Oh, my God.
People screaming, older woman. And
where's the lion come in? Johnny said there's a lion in this
The lion
story.
came probably a little before that. Joey, there was a guy, I can't think of his name right now. I wrote it in a book. He had a exotic animal store in Manhattan, friends with, some Gallo guys. And they said to, do you want, I got animals. You want one like that? So Joey said, yeah, I want a monkey. So they sent a monkey down to Pleasant Street. So Armando had to take care of this. So Armando was taking care of it. What happened? He was throwing his shit around. They couldn't control
That's
it.
what they do. That's what they do. Johnny does that too, and he gets pissed off.
Still doing that? Anyway, so one day Joey Gallo comes in, and the monkey threw the shit at Joey.
No way.
And Joey went fucking bonkers, right? And he wanted to shoot the monkey. So Larry was there and said, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. No. And he said, get that monkey out of here. So they called the guy up, and the guy came down and took the monkey back. But a week later, he goes, I got a lion. It wasn't called a lion. It wasn't a lion. It was another species of a lion. But it was looked like a lion. So Larry, Joey, and Armando go to New York, and they pick him up. And they drive it down, and they got this little, it was about this big at the time. They got this middle seat. They're driving back home, back to the club. And they told Armando, you got to take care of this lion. So Armando says, okay. So Armando used to take numbers, right? He used to go around the neighborhood, pick up numbers. So they had in the lion. He used to walk the lion in the neighborhood.
And how big was it?
It was small at that. It
was still a baby?
It was small, yeah, it was a cub. A little smaller than Armando. And Armando, a little smaller than Armando.
So he had a dog.
Yeah, well, he had the dog after. But,
now you picture this. There's a midget walking down the street with a lion cub. Just picture this.
Yeah.
You can't make that up.
You can't make that up.
And that's on one of the covers of the book, ain't it?
I got that. That's an original picture from.
Yes.
I got to see this.
Yes.
It's this.
Where is
it's
this?
Inside. It's in one of the pictures. It's a real picture somebody shot at the time. Anyway, Armando used to walk and collect the numbers. And he used to have a big collar on the lion. They used to stick the number sheets in the collar. So in case the cops stop him, they never look at the lion. And he used to keep the numbers in there and go around the neighborhood.
That's funny.
So he used to keep him in the basement of his club. Joey, being crazy and nutty and stuff like that, told everybody he got a lion down the basement, right? So people didn't pay their VIG or their loans or something like that. He used to go and open the door of the basement. Armando used to go the back way, and he used to tie him up down there. And he was pretty good size, and big enough, put it this way. And he used to rattle his chain downstairs, and the lion used to run up the stairs, right? But he couldn't get up the stairs because it was on a chain. And the people used to shit their pants.
I guarantee you, Frank, did you tell this story? Sure. I guarantee you Mean Streets, that's where he got the idea. Because remember, the character, the bartender, had a lion or a tiger in his face. I bet you that's where they got the idea from. Isn't that amazing?
It's all based that.
Yeah, I think they probably got the idea from the midget and the lion.
Of course. And they used to get scared, and they used to pay them $100, $50, $20, and that's how he had got too big. Armando couldn't walk him no more. We got to call the guy back, and we got rid of him.
But you know what the best is, and those are all great stories. But we get off the subject for a second, and we were talking about this, and we were all talking about this at different times. These podcasts with the ex-informants and the ex-rats that are all doing shows now.
It turns my stomach.
And they're making zillions of dollars.
People, it's entertainment.
And I know
it's entertainment.
Like,
people
look
are interesting.
Like Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
Okay, joke.
I think he's senile too. I think he's getting senile.
Yeah,
I think so.
Him and Mike Francesi, they're fighting over.
Yeah, they smoothed that out.
They smoothed that out
They
real
did.
fast. But you can't trust if that was even real.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
But it's still like, and then you get Mike said he wasn't an informant. And then what didn't Joe Rogan said he was an informant?
You know, I know Mike. I hung out with Mike many, many years ago. I happen to like Michael. But, you know, there's rules and regulations. You know, you think you can stretch them a little bit, and it's okay. Some guys are sticklers. You can't stretch none of it. What he did, no one got in trouble. No one who deserved to get in trouble. He didn't go testify against thing. But you can't do that at all. In this life, you can't do it at all.
Yeah.
So even though you did a little bit, you don't consider yourself, you know, a rat. But if you follow the rules and regulations, you can't do it at all.
Yeah.
So technically, you are.
Yeah.
You can't
Well,
do that.
because what he says that he never put anybody away. His
Yeah, but he-
testimony,
he
right?
was- you know,
That's his thing.
He was away, and a
No,
banana.
but I'm saying I think Michael says that his testimony
Didn't put
never
anybody
put
away.
anybody away, so he doesn't consider himself.
You know, but it might have helped the case against his partner that was screwing him while he was in jail. That's why this whole thing came about.
and he was a gasoline guy, right,
was a
Johnny?
gasoline guy.
They were stealing
Yeah, he
gasoline or
was doing
selling
with
hot gasoline or
with
something.
Oh, yeah,
No, he was
huh?
robbing the taxes.
Okay.
He was skimming the taxes.
Okay.
$8 million a week.
Wow.
So what happened was he's away doing a bit. Some partner of his is go shaking everybody down, gets pinched. They go after Michael because he's his partner.
Yeah.
Using Michael Francese's name. They come after him. I'm doing a 5-year bid. He comes after him and goes, "Why? I don't know nothing about that. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And that's what started that. He goes, "Fuck him. Go after him. Yeah, he's my partner. Go after him." And that's how the whole thing started.
How was he back then than he is now? I guess he's like technically reformed now.
Well, he
in
says he
in
is,
so
but,
many words.
I mean, he was always calm and cool and collective.
I never
but, you
knew.
know,
I met him once.
and I don't know him as a tough guy either. I remember
Yeah.
he's always a businessman. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
I met him once. Fast, hi, hello. But I don't know him. But I know his podcast is doing great. All these. And
He's an interesting guy. I
He's
mean,
very
he's an intelligent guy.
He's very well spoken.
Very well
But then when I watch it, I'm like, I'm not convinced too much sometimes
No?
because he's too well spoken.
But he was an educated guy. He came out of college. He was always educated.
Yeah.
He was smart. He did, you know, he was into, he was in a business, you know, with productions and make a movie studio. He was a really smart guy.
Like, yeah, he
He's
talks-
just, yeah,
he's
you know, he got
intelligent.
into life because his father's Sonny Francesi. You know, that's, you know, and now he can, well, he's not as famous because he did that little case, that bullshit case, and got in trouble. He's famous because he's Sonny's son.
Yeah.
That's why he's there.
Yeah.
Because he's Sonny Francesi's son. Did he find God? You know, everyone finds God when you don't want to go to jail,
Or if you're in jail,
or you're in jail.
you do. You got to find
You
God.
got to do something to keep yourself. You guys do long bids, you know. And then some guys are just mean, bad guys. Sonny didn't find God. Oh, he took the bid and went. A lot of guys are like that. There's different style guys. There's different guys. You know, guys who come from the street with poverty. Those guys are rough, man. They don't flip as fast. You got guys with silver spoons. They flip a little easier.
See, like back in the old days, like say Sammy the Bull, like after he ratted everybody, usually you don't see him no more. He goes into witness protection and he's
Exactly,
gone.
yeah.
Now he's around waving the flag and he's all over the place.
Because again, like Frank said, everybody's dead. You know,
Everybody's
so
dead. Nobody's
yeah, nobody
going
to
after
worry
and there ain't no
about.
Cowboys that want to
They went after him.
raise in the ranks and whack him out and say,
No more ranks.
not that I'm looking
know?
Nah.
you know.
Listen, they
but
went
that's
after
how it
him
was.
once. I don't know if you know the story. They went after him once before he did that 19-year bid. They went after him. They sent the crew to go kill him.
Before he did,
Before he did that 19-year bid.
and the 19-year bid was when he ratted.
No, when he did the ecstasy, when he got caught with the ecstasy.
It was
Yeah,
that
so when
long
he
they
was
put
in
him in jail?
Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was
He
that
did,
long.
he did a couple of years. He got out. They put him in the witness protection program.
Yeah, his son was involved
Yeah.
and everything. And
Yeah.
then
Daughter.
there's some English guy. You know the story with the English guy was out there. The English guy
Right.
who was supposedly selling X, and
Right.
Sammy got in on his territory, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Yeah.
And they had a thing, but now they're best friends. They're on each other's podcasts
Sure.
all the time.
Imagine that 19 years.
Did 19 after beating all those murder trials, gets a pass, goes out there, gets caught for that. Anyway, just before he gets caught for that, they send a crew out to kill him. The guy,
It's Arizona. He was in Arizona. When
Yes. So they sent a crew there, 2 guys. They never found him. Right? Come back. One of the guys coming back speaks to his wife, call him back before we never found him. Come back home. They come back home. About a year later, somebody flips in that family. They place these 2 guys. They both get 20 years for attempted murder.
Huh.
They never found him. They never did nothing but the rat, the new rat, and placing him and stuff like that. So people are scared. This guy's didn't even find the guy they doing 20.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they're sitting down talking now, well, let's kill this rat, let's kill that rat. Nobody wants to do it no more. Nobody wants to do it. That's why they're walking around freely.
But I don't want to mention other families that are not Italian that have organized crime, but they still have guys that if someone rats, that they'll kill them.
That's why there's not too many rats there, because they kill them as soon as they hear something.
Yeah.
You got those other guys a lot more close knit. They're not infiltrated as much. And they're still doing their thing.
We're not sugarcoating the mafia, but there's other ethnic groups.
Yeah, of course
that are more like they're all ruthless, but have no code and no honor and no form of okay, this is one-on-one on being a mobster.
Yeah, well, no, those gangs, the Russians, the Chinese, they said it, Colombians. They said, "But you mess up, we're gonna kill your mother."
Yeah.
So they said it. They said it up front, so they know. They know already.
Yeah.
That's why they not as freely will make mistakes. So and if you do rat on, they're gonna kill your family anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you're not winning anyway. So that's why most of these guys don't go bad.
Now, what do you guys think about like some of these like The Godfather of Harlem? Did you ever watch it?
Excellent.
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 Yeah.
Is that, in your opinion, a little more on point than some of these other movies that are out about the mob?
I mean, my favorite for being in the streets is Mean Streets. 'Cause
Yeah.
To me, that's how that moron acted and this idiot acted, and that's what we do, low key, arguing about this, borrowing here. So I thought that was the most street,
Authentic.
without all upper echelon guys, really street guys. You know what I mean?
The Godfather I liked
Godfather, great movie.
because what's his name? What was his name? The main guy, Bumpy Johnson.
It's about Godfather Harlem.
Godfather Harlem.
Yeah, the Godfather
Bumpy
Harlem.
Johnson.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker does a fantastic
yeah.
movie.
Bumpy Johnson he's great.
Yeah, yeah.
But all of them are good in there. But I mean, I heard that there's a lot of truth in some of that.
A lot of truth, yeah. They took it off of newspaper clippings, FBI files.
Yeah, from what I know, it seems
it was
pretty
all
good.
pretty
I mean,
good.
there's always what they call theatrical license.
Of course.
Vincent D'Onofrio's in it, right? He plays a chin.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. Yeah. They made him look all like disheveled. Like he doesn't look like his cop look that he has. But yeah, I like it.
It was good. It was a good movie.
American Gangster is a good
one?
movie. American Gangster.
American, it's good.
That's
I like
great.
Denzel.
Once Upon a Time in America. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the director's cut?
Yes.
Oh,
I think it's
better?
unbelievable.
oh, it's
I
like
think it's
another
unbelievable.
hour longer, but really
Yeah.
the story really is developed.
I gotta
It's-
say,
That was out of
Is that Bartolucci? I think it's Bartolucci, right? The Italian director. Or was that Leone?
Leone.
It's an Italian director.
Leone.
But you got to see the director's cut.
I gotta
was
check
good.
it out. Our boy Clementine was in there.
Clem was a lot of them, man. Clem was good. He was in Once Upon a America. Yeah, that's right. But Once Upon a America was a Jewish crew coming out of Williamsburg.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
Noodles Anderson's a real guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's based off a real guy. So it was a good movie.
Yeah, William Forsythe was in that.
Forsythe
too.
was good in that.
Yeah.
And it's different again. It wasn't glamorous. They showed how they came up and from being poor, what they did,
Yeah.
or how they became who they are from poverty.
Yeah.
Well, that's where it comes from.
Well, that's why real tough guys or real wise guys or real bad guys come from poverty. When you come with a silver spoon in your mouth, no good.
Right.
No good.
Well, I tell you, Frank has been fascinating, unbelievable. The guy has 1,001 stories.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when Frank tells a story, a lot of times he was there, so
When
you
he
hear it
tells
from
us-
the horse's mouth. It's
When he
it's just
tells the
brilliant.
story, it's a story in
It's brilliant.
itself.
And the bad part is I can't tell the good stories because I never got arrested and got a witness protection program. So I think the guy say bad is a reflect on it. It's going to come back to me. You can't tell everything.
Now,
Like,
before we
these
let-
guys are lucky; they can tell everything because they got a pass.
Yeah.
It makes it interesting. That's why the shows are interesting.
Before we let you go in a little while, talk about, if you can, you want to talk about what's coming up, maybe possibly with the filming?
Yes.
I know you tried to do this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, we did what do you call those shows? We did like the
Sizzle
Mob
Wheel?
Weiss stuff like that.
Yeah.
Reality
And,
show.
Reality show. And what happens was we got it picked up. We filmed it. The guy from Little People Big World, I forgot his name. He's the
No
producer.
idea, yeah.
He came in. We shot it all. He goes to Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg comes on the team. We get it sold to channel on TV.
What was the concept? What was it about?
About Mob Candy Magazine. Just
Okay.
us doing Mob Candy Magazine.
Yeah, there's the whole-
There's studios are out there. I showed
Okay.
you. E picks it up. Get a 10, some kind of deal. I don't know, some 10-thing deal. It had to be delivered in February. Whoopi gets that one woman show on Broadway. Calls the E up, says they can't deliver on February, can deliver in May. They told us to go fuck ourselves. No, we need that now or never.
Right.
So Glenn Meacham was Little People Big World. He calls and says, I brought you on this, give it back to me. She says, no, my name's attached to it, I don't give it back to you. So it was a big argument. I get an argument with Whoopi.
She's a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
That's what I heard
Yeah,
from her.
well, you said not to say a few words, but if I told you what I told her, forget it. And her partner. And they didn't even want to give me the sizzle reel. So I get on the phone, and I had wanted to bargain with this kid, and he wanted to give me the sizzle reel. But we put it out again with some other people. Another production company came in. They couldn't get it sold. And he went dead. This guy calls me, says, David Zucker calls me about a month ago. Says, Frankie, I saw you on TV just recently. I did something on National Geographic or History Channel. Just said something on the History Channel. And he goes, and then I looked you up, and the history behind you and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I want to do some on Mob Candy. I said, okay, come down, talk to me. So he came down. He goes, I want to do a Mob Candy show, talk show. I said, okay. So he said, put some guys together you think are around, so you'll sit down, and I'll feed you what to do. And we'll do a talk show about the girls and the stories you did and the actors and, all the hot stuff you did in the magazine and bring it to life on the show.
And what about all that old footage that you have? Do you have any of it, or they have it?
I got everything.
And then how the hell did Whoopi get involved with this? Especially you
Glenn
guys.
Meacham, the producer of Little People, Big World, the Little
Yeah,
Biggers,
yeah.
he had a connection with her, thought that it would be stronger to bring her in on it when they went to E. But he bought it, But now he's in bed with her, and she wouldn't release it back to him.
Yeah.
And that's how she got involved. Yeah. Now this new guy has some connections for some distributors. So he came down and he's footing the bill, and he's gonna put this show
All right,
together.
good luck with that. Hopefully
Maybe.
we see it soon.
We're shooting the March 1st, and they edit it, go sell it, and maybe it'll work. I don't know.
All right.
Well, Frankie, keep us posted with everything, and
No, I'll keep you posted with the next party. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanna
Parties what's
Fall
coming up.
Mob Candy parties.
I want these parties going on again.
Parties coming up real soon. Real soon.
Got to advertise, do the whole thing, get
Yeah.
everybody together. But listen, it's always great having you. Where can people find your books, magazine, website?
MobCandyMag.com or Amazon. Frank Dimatteo, everything's sold
And
on
that's it. You
Amazon.
can get everything right there.
Yeah, everything I own is there. Or the website, MobCandyMag.com.
All right, beautiful. And thank you for the magazines,
Yeah,
the
thank
books,
you,
Frankie.
sir.
Thank you.
An honor as always,
Nice
man.
seeing
Fascinating.
you, man. Nice seeing
Good
you. Thank you.
Lou Martini, it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Yes, always, Johnny. And just before we go, just want to dedicate this show to I lost one of the neighborhood guys. This is my second guy since Christmas Eve. One of the neighborhood guys we lost. Lenny, we love you. We miss you already. It's only been a day. But rest in peace, big guy. You were the best. And God bless, we love you. So
Yeah, God bless him.
shout out to Lenny.
So we never know what tomorrow brings, everybody. So thank you all for tuning in. Always remember, it don't cost nothing to be nice. But remember what Johnny P says. Whose balls are you going to bust today? Good night.